Welcome back, everyone, to Live to Give TV. Today's guest is Greg Jarmolowich. He is actually the managing partner and co-owner of Greens and Proteins. Welcome to the show, Greg. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Of course. I have to say, we are huge, Leticia and myself, here at Live to Give, we are huge fans of Greens and Proteins, and we live in the downtown area. When we heard there was going to be a downtown location opening up, we were super pumped. So thank you for that. Thank you for everything you guys do. And let's go and dive right into it. In regards to just these uncertain times, and in regards to COVID, and how has that had a negative effect on your business, and also how have you pivoted?
Sure, those are great questions. In regards to the impact of COVID locally in our industry, specifically, we were peaking at business. Our busy time is late January through July, and March is like peak time. People are getting ready for pool season, pool auditions. People are more conscious about health and wellness when the winter's over and comfort food is stopped being consumed. And it really hit us hard because these are the months we need to survive. March, April, May, June, July, and no one saw it coming. I mean, we started to feel some dipping, and when we were given the orders to quarantine and stay home as of March 18th, it was a ghost town, and greatly impacted our business. Contrary to all the beliefs that, restaurants must be killing it with to-go and pickup.
Sure.
You don't realize, the customer doesn't realize, the to-go companies, the third-party deliveries take 25-30% of our check. That's not a great business model for us. Now, when people are dining in, it counterbalances with when you're looking at top-line sales and things are increasing and there's money there, you can kind of move it around to like a marketing budget and other ideas that you can move it around. When there's no other revenue coming in, no one's killing it with a third-party delivery app. So times were tough. So the second part of your question is, what did we do to pivot? As soon as we heard this was happening and got a feeling, we pivoted immediately. We told all of our salaried employees we're going to need the most out of them. If they want to stay on, we're happy. We'll provide a safe work environment, which we did. And we dropped to like one person in the front, one person in the back. That's it. No prep, no dishwashers, nothing. And unfortunately had to lay off a lot of people. We had to survive to be able to get through this tough time so that we can rehire everyone. And we've offered everyone their jobs back. That's another question you may bring up later. Some people taking that job back and some people saying no. They'd rather stay home and take unemployment and ride it out, and some people are super enthusiastic about getting back to work. But we have brought people on several weeks ago to full staff levels, and we're excited to bring the people back to see the engines cranking, and but the business isn't there, so the consumer confidence isn't there yet. So when I've talked to a couple of people, because some people lean on us for experience and say, well, what do we do when we do this and how do we do this? Even with the 50% occupancy levels that we're granted and already authorized to do so, we're not getting 50% of the dining room. We're getting like 15-20%. So even if we were allowed to open up 100% of the dining room, maybe there would have been a little more consumer confidence. However, we wouldn't have filled 50% of the dining room. It's not there. People aren't ready to test the model. But I believe wholeheartedly that Las Vegas as a whole, whether it be the strip or off strip, we have the most stringent health department requirements out of any city in the nation. We have 42 million visitors a year. And I hope I can say this with confidence. I know I can. The community does everything right when it comes to health department and safety. And we believe in that. So before COVID, during COVID, after COVID, we're still stringent and we still provide safe environments for the guests, for the workers. It's there. It always has been. And we're going to continue to do that. Even with the new regulations, we're going to continue to be better.
We actually got connected through the Burn Foundation, and we were actually working on a project called the 1+1=3 movement. And one of those programs that we're facilitating is a small business stimulus fund, when we're using donations and different aspects of monetary contributions towards stimulating small businesses through gift cards, products, etc., and then using those items through our annual auction. And so let me ask you, one, how did you get connected with the Burn Foundation? And two, what has that stimulus done for you already?
So it's incredible that your organization is doing something like this, because generally it's the other way around. You know, when it comes to supporting the community, we're all about it. And we do a lot of donations, a lot of gift cards, especially for firemen, the Burn Foundation, in the past, for police, for high schools. Now, during the time when we needed it the most, the Burn Foundation reached out to us and said, hey, we need to get some gift cards. Right away, we were saying, how many do you need? And they're like, no, let us explain more. We're going to buy them from you. And I was like, wait, what? What do you mean? And it's huge, because right now, you know, people have been saying it through the whole process. Go buy gift cards and reuse them when everything gets open and, you know, people are allowed to go out and dine and they feel safe to do so. And it really didn't happen. The great thing is that this organization, you know, stood up and said, you know, we're going to do that, and we're going to support the community and support small business, because we're out there and we need that support. That particular purchase that day was substantial, and it really helps out with sales and paying for our labor and paying for a lot of these bills that we fell behind on. Nobody was financially resilient through this. You know, we all had to push off a lot of payments, a lot of things. Yes, we paid our employees. We'll always pay our employees first. But when it comes to other payments, like rents and things of that nature, not to get too deep into it, we had to ask the landlord forgiveness in this time and hope not to get evicted. And luckily, the governor was like, no one's going to get evicted. But we had to make some tough decisions. And every dollar counts. Every dollar counts in this time. Because in the business aspect of it, everything's net 30, net 20, net 15. You know, where's the money to pay the bills? The money was there in the beginning, but when there's no sales coming in, where's the money to pay the bills then? And too many businesses locally are going out of business. Ricardo's and Payways and big giant brands that you would be like, wait, Miller's Ale House. These are shocking testaments to how impactful COVID-19 was to our community. Small business, big business. And you guys should be proud. The guys and girls should be proud that, you know, you're going out there and really making a difference, because, like I said, every dollar counts.
You know, our goal, like I mentioned to you in the beginning of this conversation, is to not only share the message of what it does for a business of any size, but also to empower others, the tools that say, hey, I want to do, how can I help, etc. And so with that same mindset, how can the community rally behind Greens and Proteins during this time? What can we do to help? Aside from, you know, supporting the Small Business Stimulus Fund through Burn Foundation, what can others do to help?
What we really need is the consumer confidence. We really need the community to know that before, during, and after, it's a safe place to dine. It's a safe place. We have the 6-foot distancing between the tables. We have the 6-foot distancing stickers and decals on the floor. And we want to ensure our community and the general public that I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor. I'm not speaking anything to the seriousness or the impact of COVID-19 through illness and death in our community. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that it's important to understand that small business needs our community too. And if we're at a 50% occupancy, we're going to be respectful and we're going to follow those regulations. That we will never be over 50% occupancy. But we need the community to realize that we need you to come in and eat. We need you to come in and trust us and dine in. And if you don't want to dine in, pick it up. You know, we're here for the community to provide healthy meals. I'm sure the community needs that at this point from being home for 60 or so days. And we want to help. And we also want your business. You know, we have a lot of loyal customers over 10 years. We're good with that. And we want to see the familiar faces. We want to see them come back, whether they're at work or not. Maybe just take an hour of the day and just go enjoy a nice meal 6 feet away from someone else. And let's get back to the business. Let's get back to believing in our community and being strong for each other, being strong for small business.
So if people want to reach out on your website or follow you on social media, how can they get in contact with you?
So our Instagram handle is @Greens, the letter N, Proteins. It's not spelled out and, it's just the letter N. Our website, greensandproteins.com. We're constantly updating our hours on Yelp, on our third-party apps. We are on it. So if you go on one of those platforms, we should be able to accommodate you according to the hours that are posted. We're open 7 days a week now, which is super encouraging for us, because 2 of us on a weekend, there was no business, especially downtown where we live. If the courthouse is closed and everything's closed, how do you survive? We're open now 7 days a week. Our hours are extended because we're getting support. Obviously, we need more support, not just for Greens and Proteins, for all the businesses downtown or Midtown or Summerlin. Let's get out there and support our businesses again, so that we can all be here when there's 100% confidence and we beat this.
I want to thank you, Greg Jarmolowich, for taking the time, speaking with me. And our goal is to share this message. And so if you're listening right now, make sure you contribute to the Small Business Stimulus Fund put by the Byrne Foundation, and also visit any Greens and Proteins in any of their 5 locations across the valley. Support Greg, support their staff, knowing that small businesses goes a long way for our local community. So thank you so much, Greg, for your time. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.